Anyone else? His failing is good or bad? Bad. Why it is good? Huh? What mistake we have done? Yes. Huh? So we should fail every time. Yes. Anyone else? Yes. What does it teach us? You fail any time in your exams? Yes. What did it teach you?
Teaches where we go wrong, what we should do to not fail again.
So how many times you failed in exams?
2 times.
2 times. Anyone else?
Failing without making efforts is a failure. Failing in something, if you are not making any effort and you fail, so that is not a failure. We will not learn from it.
Yeah.
But when we are making efforts, so we are putting some efforts and we are thinking, we are giving some intelligence. But when we fail, then we will learn. Okay, I put an intelligence and I made some mistake. That is failure.
So if you see, again, failure is a perspective. There are many big scientists who failed many times. You know the story of Thomas Alva Edison, right? How many times he failed? Huh? 10,000. So what was his understanding?
He said 7 and not 8. I have achieved a new Boisar before that. हालांकि किस तरीके से वो सक्सेस नहीं हो पा रहे.
So generally people think failure is opposite to success. But it is not opposite. It is next to success. So whenever we have some setbacks in our life, we have challenges. Because in that perspective, if you faced any time a failure in your exams or anything, it gives an help. I'm not saying you should fail in your exams. I'm just giving an example. Somebody who never failed in their exams, when something happens in their life, challenging situations, it becomes a little difficult for them to accept it. Last year we just came to the news that 2 people suicided in IIT, one in Bombay and one in Chennai. Why? According to a normal standard, somebody getting into IIT itself is a great success. But after going there, again the relativity principle is there. Among the other people, he couldn't get the top. So he felt, I am a failure, so I should finish my life. Which is such a pathetic situation. But we can see that people not so academically intelligent in the village area, they are freely, happily, joyfully, they are spending their time. So that's why we need to have the right perspective with us. So Gita teaches us that right perspective. Otherwise, whenever the situation comes in our life, which is not the way we want, because many times we think things should happen in this way, but reality is something else. We don't have a control on it. Have you heard about the Wright brothers? Who are they?
Right, aeroplane.
What is their story? Then?
Nobody believed in them. They thought they were foolish people who were trying to fly.
So from a practical, materialistic point of view, you see, they were dumb people. They were only running a small mechanical workshop. So at the same time, when they were trying to make a airplane, there was another person who was known as Samuel Langley. He was a very famous scientist at that point of time. It is almost 120 years back. Still there is a big lab in his name, Langley's propulsion lab is there in the US. The US government at that point of time given him $50,000 It's a huge money. Speaking about 120 years. So it will be billions of dollars at that point of time to invent a flight. But he couldn't do that. But here, with a minimum expenses, these Wright brothers, they could achieve the success in that. So in the life, the determination is very key factor. You may have a skill. Now, Gaurav Prabhu always says that Gita is for the person who has the skill but who lost the will. Because in life, when we get one or two setbacks, we say, "Soji, मेरे से नहीं होता है, बोला वाला सब for someone else. Difficult for me to practice it." So we should not give up like that. So there may be, so for that, the right perspective when it comes in our life, why we are living, what is the purpose of our life, when that Gita gives that explanations to us. Right? There is even another person from Jharkhand. How many of you heard about Dasarath Mamji? There was a movie. Yes, what do you know about it? Huh? He broke a killer to build a road. Anyone else? Why he do that?
Because his wife got to climb the bridge for take water from
Yeah, but how many years he took?
around 7 to 8 years.
7 to 8 years.
25 years.
So you have seen the movie? It's I think 10 15 years back the movie came. He has been awarded with the Padma Bhushan or something. So there was a man living in some of the interior villages of Bihar. So in their village they have a hill. Like now we have a Wada, it's just opposite to this fort, right? Kohoj Hill. But to go to Wada we have to go around the way, almost 40 minutes it takes. For them, similarly, one hillock was there, a huge hill was there in between, mountain range was there in between their house in the village and the nearest city. So it used to take almost 3.5 hours to cross, 71 kilometers to cross this mountain range to reach that city to avail any emergency facilities. So one day he was working in his fields, which was already on the slopy surfaces. So generally his wife used to bring him the prasad, lunch. One day he brought the lunch to him, and while going back to the home, she slipped and fell down. She hit her head against a rock and she lost her consciousness. She was on an emergency. See, he immediately tried to get her into a vehicle and tried to reach to the hospital. But before reaching the hospital, she left the body. So he was so much of depressed by that. Means he lost his beloved wife, and he was very angry because this hill was the cause of my wife's death, my beloved wife's death. And he took a vow, I will break it down. Everybody was laughing at my wife. बीवी गए तो पागल हो गए, सब लोग हंस रहे थे. भाई साहब जेसीबी या हमारा पोकलेन लेके नहीं किया. He's a very village person, village farmer type of a person. He has only a chisel and a hammer. But nothing could stop him. He started chiseling out the rock to make a tunnel to cross across the hill. The hill has almost 110 meters of width. So he made a tunnel of 110 meter length and almost 25-30 meters width, 8 meters height, but took 22 years. Even though initially people were ridiculing him, but slowly people started appreciating his effort, and government also recognized him and given him many awards. So if a person like that for that such a cause can have such a determination, Why we can't have such a determination in our own spiritual lives? There are many stories like that. There is a book known as Unsung Heroes of India. There is one more. This is a Mataji from Calcutta. Subhakshini or something is her name. In 1971, she lost her husband. She got married at very young age. At that point, and coming from a very poor family, with practically daily labors. They don't have any savings or anything. So her father died because of tuberculosis, TB, and in the village there was not much support to treat that. When her husband left, she had 4 children. The eldest one was 8 years, youngest one was 4 years. But she had a determination. She thought, yes, my husband died because there was no medical facility in my village. I will try to do that. So she had a desire. She has nothing with her. I will try to make one of my sons a doctor. So she has 2 sons and 2 daughters. The elder one was the son. He started join at the age of 10. He started working with mother on a daily wages basis, going to the fields and everything. And this Mataji used to work as a vegetable seller in the village. So initially she started getting tomatoes and bhopla and all those things. And slowly she collected some money out of that profit. Then she started going to Calcutta. She was staying somewhere outskirts of Calcutta for that. She started selling the vegetables in Calcutta. Howrah स्टेशन के पास वो गंगा घाट के उधर मार्केट रहता है. So by doing that, she sent her 2 daughters in marriage, and the younger one she put him in the orphanage. And she and the elder son went to Calcutta, worked hard to earn money. And this younger son was little intelligent. She made whatever possible to support his studies because she had a determination. Yes, I want to make my son a doctor. So he passed 10th exam in a very good marks, cleared 12th also in a good mark, and even he cleared the entrance test for the medical exam. He got admission into the Calcutta Medical College, which is the prestigious college in the Calcutta. She was still working in the market, vegetable market, every day going with vegetables, selling and coming back and saving money. And in between, whatever money she could collect, once in a year, she used to organize medical camps at her village by working with the doctors. And by seeing her sincerity, some of the doctors told, okay, we will come once in a while. She started paying from her pocket to get the medicines and all those things. Such a determination. Such a determination attracts the mercy of the Lord also. And also the mercy of the pious people. Then her activities started coming slowly in the newspapers. Some people identified. They started giving some articles about her. So many well-wishers from the society come forward, took responsibility of her child's education, completing medical course. And then someone offered her a small land in her village. And with the help of these well-wishing people, she made a small house, small hospital type of building. She was still living in a hut. She didn't make a house. She made a hospital. And when his son passed out, he became a doctor in that. And then he got for MD social and social medicine. Now she also got award from the President of India for such a determination, doing such a noble cause. She is still living in a hut But she goes to the hospital every day to serve. Now she is not no more sending the vegetables, but she is taking care of the hospital needs by serving in the hospital itself. So people have such a determination for their cause. But many times when it comes to the spirituality, we don't have that much of determinations. We are afraid, okay, हमसे होगा नहीं, फेल हो गए तो क्या होगा, तब घर का ना घाट के जैसा होगा, है ना? तब भक्ति कर पाएंगे, बाहर का चीज़ भी एंजॉय नहीं कर पाते. So that's why we need proper shastric understanding. Where such camps will help you to understand in a better way. How do we understand the spirituality, the intricate principles of spirituality? Why we need to be very determined to follow those principles. So even in Arjuna's case also that was case. Means he was also thinking, why should I fight? For whom should I fight? He given various reasons why I should not fight, which if you think from a logical perspective is very perfect. I say, I don't want to enjoy the kingdom, why should I kill these people? Nowadays people, yeah, right. If he doesn't want to fight, why you are forcing him to fight? He's okay with it. He's telling, I will kill so many people, then their wives will become widow, what will happen to them, who will take care of them? Everything logically fit in perfectly. So even at the beginning is how Krishna gives 5 principles which we need to understand, and by which we can take the spirituality very seriously. The very first instruction he gives to Arjuna is that you should not lament. And he speaks that Asocayana Sojastam Pratnya Vadam Chapashase Gata Asuna Gatam Suncha Nan Sochanti Pandita. Don't lament. Asocaya. An intelligent person never laments, neither for the living nor for the dead. Why we should not lament? That he gives the next sloka. Natevaham jadurasam nattam neme janadiva nachayivana bhavishyama sarve payamata. Krishna is telling Arjuna that neither you, neither me, nor these kings who are present in front of us. There was never a time we were not existed, and there will never be a time where we will not exist. Because we are eternals. So that's why you should not lament. Because nothing of this material world can affect you, because you are eternal, you are a spirit soul. This material world may be temporary, but you are not temporary. So whatever you are facing in this, your problems will be temporary only. Right? Those who have failed in exams know that was a temporary phase, right? एक दिन दुखी हो, दुखी था, थोड़ा mood off था, बाकी के दिन वापस same routine things will happen in your life. Many times in life we faces problems, right? Not only in exams, otherwise also. How long it stays? Huh? For some it is a day, some it is a moment, some maybe couple of days, couple of weeks, because nothing stays permanently. Whenever there is a valley, you can say there is a valley means क्या बोलता है? हाई है तो ऊपर पहाड़ भी है, ऊपर चढ़ना ही पड़ेगा. आप नीचे उतरेगा तो ऊपर चढ़ना ही है ना? तो जीवन भी ऐसे ही है, ऊपर नीचे होते रहते हैं. So we should not lament because we are eternal. Right? So but practically we don't see that we are eternal, we are keep changing. Many things are changing in and around us. देहिनोऽस्मिन् यथा देहे कौमारं यौवनं चरा तथा देहान्तरप्राप्ति धीरस्तत्र न मुह्यति. Yes, Krishna says, you are eternal, but your external body is keep changing. External thing, the surroundings keep changing. That is true. So don't lament, you are eternal. Change is inevitable. Change is always there. So how do we deal with the change? For that he says you have to, only way of dealing with the change is what? Tolerate. Matra spashastu kauteya sitoshna sukha dukkada agama ayano nityatam titikshasva bharata. So just like Sita Ushna, right now it is too hot, right? Everybody will be like, love to have an AC. But if it were been in December or January, we would have closed all the windows and sitting inside because it is too cold. But Krishna is very specific. He is telling, somebody may say that, okay, I don't have a problem with heat. I can tolerate it, or I can bear the cold or anything. He says, Sukha Dukkhada, happiness and distress. So nobody will say that I am okay with the distress. Only some highly elevated devotee says that I am happy with the distress in my life. But otherwise everybody is looking for happiness in this world. So change is inevitable. So how do you deal with the change is tolerate. There is no other way. So then if you tolerate that changes, then what benefit you get? Sukha dukkha samam tira somratatvaya kalpata. Then you can get that amratatva. You can get that eternal happiness in your life. So Krishna start with saying, don't lament. Life is eternal. But changes are inevitable. Always there will be situation changes in your life. How do you deal with the changes? Just tolerate. If you do that, then you can be blissful in this world. So even Krishna start with asocaya and end with also don't lament. Masucha, don't lament. Sarvadharman parityaja mamekam saranam vraja. Aham tvam sarvabhavebhyo mokshayushyami masucha. Again saying don't lament. Because most of our time goes in lamenting only. Lamentation comes because we keep comparing. He got that job, or he got that gadget, or he got that much mark, I didn't got it. So in spiritual life, you need to be very clear. You don't need to compare. You can only compare in a way that is, I need to work in such a way that I can come to that position, or that level, rather, not position, that level. But we don't want to be exactly like that person, because we are living our own life. It may take some time more. So with this understanding, you can have the right perspective. So Krishna was telling Arjuna that don't expect that you will always get the right surrounding which we are receiving. Now you have to fight in front of you or your family members. So sometimes that will happen with us also. So people would like to have right surroundings with wrong perspectives inside. Nowadays, if you see in the society, people are putting an artificial face of, I am cool, now everything is fine with me. But internally, that person is going through a lot of turmoil. You can see many movie stars are suicidal, or television stars are suicidal. When you look at from your end, what is the problem in their life? They have everything. Money, prestige, good boyfriend, girlfriend, whatever they want. flat, vehicle, so many followers in Instagram, Facebook, everything they have. Whatever you are looking, everything they have. But they put a artificial face of that I am cool. They are not cool. Their volcano is erupting inside. Right? But a devotee, externally he may be looking very depressed or confused or anything, but he is internally very clear. Yes, what he has to do in his life. There may be some temporary setbacks happening in his life, but he is not give up that because he has firm faith in Krishna. He understands I am an eternal soul. My only duty is to serve Krishna. He doesn't believe in any external surroundings. Yes, surroundings are needed, but it is not that he is always looking for a best surrounding, best situation to come. Whatever situation comes, he has only one thing is constant in his mind. He takes shelter of Krishna. Then success is guaranteed eventually. There is a sloka in 8th canto when demigods and demons were doing that manthan, milk ocean, churning of the milk ocean. Evam surasura gana samadesha kala ritvat karma madhyo aliye tatramritam suragana bhalavancha savi yatpada pankajaraja saranaya daitya. Sometimes we always think now means मेरा time बराबर नहीं था, समय का दोष है, काल का दोष है, मेरा ये problem था, वो problem. So many things we keep saying that. So Shruti Goswami is pointing out that evam surasura gana sama desha. Everything was equal for them. Desha, the place they were doing the activity. Samadesha, kala, the time. दोनों साथ में कर रहा था. हेतु, the reason why they were doing, दोनों को क्या चाहिए था? अमृत चाहिए था. Everything was same for them, but रिजल्ट में क्या हो गया? क्या हुआ रिजल्ट? हाँ, सुना नहीं? हाँ, अमृत देवता को मिला, असुर को क्या मिला? हाँ, उसको कुछ नहीं मिला, उसको भगा दिया गया. क्यों? भाई? हाँ? इंटेंशन अलग है. Shruti Goswami says, Tasyamritam suragana bhalam anjasavi. They got very easily the result. Why? They have taken shelter of the Lord. So, the external thing doesn't matter. If you have taken shelter of the Lord, you will be having the success in your life. So the question is not where you are failure or success in a materialistic perspective. In a scale of eternity, none of these things matters. Sometimes you may succeed, sometimes you may fail. So Bhagavad Gita teaches us to have the right perspective with us, which gives an internal understanding and internal surroundings. Your internal surroundings will become very conducive for you because that is in your control. When you have internal perspective, your internal surroundings will become right. When you have internally right surroundings, it doesn't matter whether your external surroundings are right or wrong or anything, whatever variations are there, that will be taken care of. So when you are dealing with outside world, you have to be very clear. So that's why the sadhana become very important aspect for us. Studies coming like the programs like this where you get updated your database about the Shastric understanding. Whenever there is a difficulty, you can pull out the information, right information, which can help you to keep your internal perspectives very clear and focused. So I heard from Parsala Prabhu that last 4 days you have studied nectar of devotion. Huh? Oh, sorry, nectar of instruction. Upadesha. So you should keep it very ready for your day-to-day life. So Gita also teaches us the same thing, means having the right perspective. So once you have the right perspective, you don't worry about whatever happens outside or what the neighbor is doing, nothing. Nobody can stop you. Okay? Any questions, comments?